The alien shelter smelled of ozone disinfectant and abandonment. Rows of cages lined the cold steel walls, each containing some forgotten creature, all deemed too dangerous, too ugly, or too unpredictable to be adopted. Captain Alira Dune, ex-Marine, now peacekeeper for the Interstellar Accord, wasn't looking to adopt anyone. She had just completed a brutal 18-month deployment in the Iowa Nebula and lost her entire unit. She wasn't ready for companionship. Or so she thought. As she passed the last cage, a low guttural growl made her pause. It was curled in the corner. Jet black fur with bioluminescent patterns pulsed across its body like moving constellations. 4 glowing eyes fixed on her, intelligent, cold, calculating. Its long tail flicked once, sharp like a blade. The datapad above the cage read, Species, Phalyrics, Name, Unregistered, Status, Extremely Dangerous. Adoption denied by 42 applicants. Warning, bites transmit neurotoxic venom. The shelter worker, a pale-skinned Valari named Thix, noticed her interest and laughed nervously. Don't bother. That thing has attacked every handler. We call it Hex. Tried to mind-pierce a visitor last week. Alira knelt, her cybernetic arm humming quietly. Is that so? The Phalyrics didn't hiss. It didn't threaten. It just stared, like it was waiting. I'll take it, she said flatly. Thix froze. What? I said I'll take it. Ma'am, with all due respect, I've seen worse things in the war zones of Karen Prime. Pack it. The ride back to her outpost was quiet. The Phalyrics, now dubbed Hex, lay calmly inside its containment sphere. No growling. No lashing. Just silence. That night, she left the sphere open in her quarters. Hex didn't move. Just observed. Days passed. Something changed. Hex began following her. Quietly. It never begged. Never purred like Earth cats. But it listened when Alira sat. Hex sat beside her. When she trained in the VR sim, Hex watched her moves with eerie focus. And once, when Alira woke screaming from a war memory, she found Hex curled beside her, glowing faintly, warmth radiating from its core. But strange things began happening. First, the unauthorized breach at Outpost Gate 2. A cloaked drone dismantled midder before alarms triggered. Hex was found there, fur smoking. Second, the murder attempt. A shapeshifter assassin disguised as a courier, found unconscious outside her door. Claw marks laced with venom along his spine. Reports piled in. Someone was hacking the outposts. Surveillance grid and fixing its blind spots. Something was rerouting encrypted messages to avoid spy networks. And somehow, Captain Alira's survival rate had reached statistical impossibility. Finally, command notice. 2 agents arrived. Black uniformed, cold-eyed, authority types. They requested Hex. Alira, said Agent Skarn, his voice as sharp as his jawline. This creature is exhibiting behavior far beyond a standard Phalyrics. You're a soldier. You understand the risk. I also understand loyalty, she replied. Agent Doran leaned in. We believe it's genetically engineered. Possibly a weapon. Maybe a spy from the Char Dominion. It must be contained. Hex, resting by the wall, didn't move. But its eyes glowed a deep crimson. Alira's voice turned steel. You're not taking him. Skarn stepped forward. That's not your decision. Hex stood up slowly. In one breath, all hell broke loose. Skarn drew his plasma sidearm. Doran moved to stun Alira, but Hex leapt, a blur of dark matter and light. In midair, it split, its body dividing into 2 identical forms. Both struck in perfect synchronicity. One clawed the weapon from Skarn's hand. The other disarmed Doran with a precision strike to the neck. Alira didn't need to move. It was over in 5 seconds. Both agents groaned on the floor, weaponless, wide-eyed. Hex turned to her and bowed. Later, in the ruins of the wrecked office, Alira finally accessed the encrypted files stored in Hex's neural collar. Project Hexarian Char Dominion Biotactical Unit 009, breed, weaponized for lyrics. Intelligence, adaptive AI and organic neural net purpose. Infiltration, assassination, bond imprint. Potential success rate, 0.0001%. Status, deemed uncontrollable. Terminated. Escaped. Last known imprint, Captain Alira Dewens stared at the file. Stunned. Hex didn't just choose her. He had bonded to her. She remembered what bonding meant in alien warfare. A psychic imprint so strong, the creature would defend its bonded human to the death, even against its own creators. A weapon, yes, but also a protector. Alira knelt beside Hex. Why me? She asked softly. Hex didn't speak. It never could. But in her mind, a flicker of something passed. An image. A battlefield. A woman, bleeding, refusing to leave her injured team. Alira, screaming orders, dragging comrades through fire. Hex had seen her dot and chosen her dot in the years that followed. Legends grew of a lone peacekeeper and her impossible companion. Worlds whispered of an assassin cat with starlight fur who could hack warships, dismantle drones, and vanish into shadows. No one ever messed with her again. And in shelters across the galaxy, people started adopting the broken, the strange, and the dangerous. Because sometimes the most hated creature, just needed someone to believe.